What's going on, guys? This is Crypto Brando here coming at you. Today we're going to be looking at Bitcoin dominance, and a few of my favorite altcoins. So, first, let's take a look here at Bitcoin. Let's see what's going on here. Alrighty, so as of right now, things are looking extremely bullish. We've had a very bullish week so far. Right now, we're running into some resistance here at the prior all-time high. This is the level we're looking at here. We want to break above this level here in order to continue our bullish move upwards. If we do happen to get rejected here, doesn't look so good. Could be a double top. We'll see what happens though. Don't want to scare anybody. As of right now, it's looking like all systems are a go here. Hopefully we can break above this level and break into the 60,000 area. But if that doesn't happen, then let's look at a few levels of support here. Now, we have our 20-day moving average here, that's our blue line here, our 50-day moving average, which is our yellow line, and our 200-day moving average down here, which is our red line. Alrighty, guys, so if we look back here, during our prior peak here at about $42,000, we had come all the way down here to $29,150. And if you look here, we bounce right here off the 50-day moving average. So if something bearish were to happen, if let's say this double top does confirm and we do continue our move downwards here, we would look to hold the 50-day moving average here as our first line of support, in my opinion, on the daily moving average. That would be around $44,958, so $45,000. Alrighty, guys, so 45K would be our first major line of support. After that, I think if we break through this line of support, we could start to look at some deeper lines. Personally, I would look at the 20-week moving average. That was our line of support during the last bull market when we ran up to 20K. Right now, our 20-week moving average is at $32,000. So this is where the bulls would need to come out and basically keep us afloat and keep us in bullish territory, because I think if we broke below this line, not looking very good for Bitcoin in the long term. So right now, everything's looking fine, everything's looking good, everything's looking bullish. I say all systems are a go for Bitcoin. I think we're going to break above this line of resistance here probably sometime in the next 24 to 48 hours. And we'll be looking to break into the 60,000 territory and onwards. I think from there, we pull out our good old fib retracement tool here on TradingView. Let's see. We could be looking at an area of around $68,000 all the way up to here. I would say around $83,000. Those are the levels that I personally would be looking at if I wanted to sell some of my Bitcoin to take some short-term profit. I'm more of a holder, but I'm not a financial advisor. You're free to do what you want. Those are just the levels that I would look at. So let's keep it a moving. Now let's move on over to Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin dominance. This is a big one for me right now. This one is, personally, I'm very excited about altcoins right now. Altcoins, man, this chart gets me excited about the next few months here in the altcoin space. And I'll tell you why right now. My major reason why, this right here. Right here, our 50-day moving average has crossed below the 200-day moving average. What that signifies is that is a death cross. The last time we experienced a death cross like this was back during the summertime when we had our 3 months of alts just going absolutely nuts and people were making all kinds of money. It was just one of the best times in the crypto market. So this has me very excited about altcoins. I've moved most of my positions into altcoins, and I'm pretty sold on this right now. And if we look here, our yellow line, 50-day moving averages. Look, we come up here. We're testing it today because Bitcoin moved this week, right? Look at this. Came up, wicked above it, closed below, and look at this. that 50-day moving average acting as major resistance. I think we break through this, we'll be looking at the 200-day moving average as resistance. That's about 63.18% right now. So these are the levels that we'll be looking at. But man, it's all about to happen right now. Within the next 24 to 48 hours, we're going to know what's going to happen when it comes to Bitcoin and altcoins and what's going to happen right now. Everything is looking very bullish. I know things are red today. This don't look good right here, right now, and today. But like I said, I'm a holder. Longer term time frames, things are looking really good right now, guys. So, if this is confirmed right here, we could have a mega altcoin season, like something that will absolutely just melt your face off. It is absolutely gonna be like nothing you've ever seen before. The numbers that some of these altcoins can reach would just completely blow your mind. So it's definitely something to look out for. I love looking at the Bitcoin dominance chart. It's a good indicator for what's going on with altcoins and with Bitcoin and where the money's moving to. So now let's get into some of our altcoins here. My personal favorites, I have three major ones that I hold. Of course, I hold some on the outside, but these are my three major ones, and I'll tell you guys why. I'm all about fundamentals. I'm all about growth potential. So the first one we're going to look at, probably one of your favorites, definitely one of mine, it would be Chainlink right here. Chainlink. All right, guys. So Chainlink, from a dollar value standpoint, looking very bullish. Now, there's a few things that I want to point out here. All right. We came up here. We rode this 20-day moving average here all the way up to our all-time high of right here about $37. All right, guys. But look at what happened here. We broke above. We came back down. We tested it. Held it as support. Boom. Blast off. Look at that. It was nuts. This run up here was nuts. All right. Now, bit of a retrace here. All right. Look at this wick down here. That is fear selling. This is the money that bought the top here and got scared. That's the money that bought the top, got scared, sold. They got out. This is, I'm not trying to call you guys stupid, but this is dumb money right here, buying up here and selling down here. You never want to buy high and sell low. You just don't. You always want to sell for a profit, So I understand you want to cut your losses sometimes on a risky investment, but Chainlink has proven itself time and time again that this is one that you want to hold. I'm not a financial advisor, but you just look at the data. Chainlink has proven itself out of most of these coins in the space. So I love this coin. All right, guys. This is one. I know they say don't date a coin, don't marry a coin, but this is one that this is one I take to the bank right here. So, But anyways, let's get back to it. So we came down, held the 50-day as support, man. As support. 50 days support, all right? So that seems to be our line right here. But look at this. Back above the 20-day. All right, push above. We look at this green candle just go. Came up, tested it, and then boom. Next day, just absolute moonshot. Not moonshot, but shot through it, on the 20-day. Now look at this. Retrace, coming back down. But look at this. Look at this wick here. This wick here tells me a lot. We came down, boom. Bought up. Look at that. Look at that. This is primo right here. This looks extremely bullish to me right here. Now, what are some of our price points? Let's pull out the fib retracement tool. Here, we got it right here. Pull it down. All right. We're looking here. First level, first profit level that I'd be looking at, $46.69, so $47. All right, right here. Next level, boom! Look, I already have it circled. This is the big one for me right here. This is the one I like. $62.50. That sounds juicy right there. That one sounds good. $62.50. That's our level after that. So, we want to be looking right in here. If it hits 65, you might. If you're a swing trader, that might be one you want to look at. But, for me, I'm hodling long term. Everything's looking bullish long term. This is just these are medium term price predictions. All right, so in the medium term, if you're looking to make some money over the next few months, this could be one that you're looking at. Again, not a financial advisor, but definitely one I want you guys to keep on your radar here. Alrighty, so next thing I want to look at though is our Link Bitcoin valuation. Not looking as good as USD. Definitely not. But there's a few things I want to point out to you guys. You know, definitely not concerned right now. Actually, this looks like a great time to accumulate more Chainlink in my opinion. Let's break it down to a weekly time frame. This one we definitely want to check out. I'm gonna show you guys something here about this, okay, real quick. This line right here, this is what I call our mean line here. This is the line that we want to hold. This is the trajectory that we want to stay on. Alright, we have our bunny hills here. And then look at this massive bubble. Things just got absolutely insane here. Alright guys, I want to show you guys something. It's called bubble theory. Alright guys, check this out. You can see it almost fits pretty well. We have our come up here, right? This is our mean line right here. We're coming up, right? We're going to do in our bunny's hills here. Come down. First sell off right here. Here we go. First sell off. You can call this our first sell off, or you can call this the first sell off, right? This is where, okay, we're coming back down. First sell off right here. I think this was our first sell off. Then, boom. 2 weeks of just absolute madness. It was more like 6 weeks of madness, but right after this first sell off, boom, just absolutely insane parabolic vertical move for the next couple weeks. Look at this. And you can see it too. You look at this. Media attention, enthusiasm. This is our Link Marines here. This is where everybody fell in love with Chainlink. They saw what it was about. Oh my god, DeFi going insane. DeFi season. That's what it was. Boom, new paradigm. Everybody's like, Chainlink, $1,000 Chainlink. Y'all remember that? Biz, $1,000 Chainlink. Yeah. $1,000 end of year. Yeah, that was a bit insane. That's new paradigm. That's denial right there. All right. But then look at this bull trap. I want you guys to see this. In case you see other bubbles, I want you to remember this. All right. You come down. Boom. Bull trap down here. Look at this. See this bounce? See this bounce? Return to normal. What happened after that? Absolute dumpage right there. Look at that. Oh. Man, and you can see it too, back below the mean line. That's our despair region. Look at how low we got here, guys. Look at how low we got there. This was primo time. Everybody was so bearish on Chainlink here, right? This is like around the same time that Ripple was getting the SCE FUD, and everybody's like, oh, Chainlink's gonna be next. Like this is that right here. Everybody's getting FUD, everybody's uncertain, Chainlink's dead. Then look at that. Boom. Return to the mean. We're back above. Look. We're back on trajectory here. Back on trajectory here. Back above the line. Back above the line. I gave you guys a little sneak peek of what we're going to be looking at next, but we're on Chainlink right now. Back above the line. Look. Back to our bunny hills. Look at that. This right here. You see this? I don't know about you, but I'm accumulating some Chainlink right there, but again, not financial advice. I know Chainlink, $30 right now, but that Bitcoin valuation looking really juicy right there. I'm telling you. All right, guys. The next one we're going to be looking at, one of my favorite smaller cap altcoins, be Unibright. Unibright. This one, guys, insane fundamentals. Absolutely insane. This one's been on a bit of a tear here. Look. Came above. Again, that 50 day. Right? Support for almost all these coins. That 50 day, nuts. But look at this move here. I bought somewhere around here, 46 cents, somewhere in here. All right, December, January. Boom. I'm still holding, and I'll tell you guys why. This one, the partnerships, the partnership. Everybody talks about partnerships with this coin, and I totally get it. Everybody talks about partnerships with their coins that they hold. You hear about it all the time. But this one, I don't know. This one got me feeling some type of way, because I'm going to tell you guys right now. Enterprise Ethereum Alliance, Baseline Protocol, and Base Ledger. Those are the three right there. Enterprise Ethereum Alliance, Baseline Protocol, and Base Ledger. Now, let's get into what it is. It's Enterprise Ethereum Alliance. Again, those are coins that Ethereum is partnered with in order to bring about enterprise adoption. This ties in with the Baseline Protocol. Baseline Protocol, what are they working on? They're working on optimizing supply chain and business and bringing enterprises onto the blockchain. This is where Unibright becomes key, because Unibright is one of the main projects on the Baseline Protocol. That is why they came out with Base Ledger, built on the Provide platform using the Unibright framework. So, what does that mean? That means that companies, enterprises, will be using Base Ledger in order to conduct business, transferring invoices, managing their inventory, tracking their supply, purchasing, all the way across the board. This goes way deeper. I'm too small brained for this, but I know that this is huge, and I could tell just by the partnerships. SAP, Kona, Coca-Cola Bottlers, North America. That's right, Coca-Cola. Guys, this right here, those are real Fortune 500 companies, Fortune 100 companies. They're huge companies, billions of dollars in their market cap, partnered with Unibright, using Unibright. And these are legit documented partnerships. This is going to be huge, guys. This is going to be absolutely insane. I mean, let's go to CoinGecko real quick. You guys already got a little sneak peek of this, but let's look at this. All right, guys. Rank, 213. Market cap, 166 mil. That's a lot of money. But again, 213. You think about how high the entire crypto market cap is right now. $1.7 trillion. 166 million. That is a small fish in a pond, and this one could grow real big. You know, I remember during the last run, we'd see coins pop up in the top 100, top 50, like overnight. This has that potential. Now I'm telling you guys, let's look at this supply here. 139 million circulating supply, 139.6, excuse me, out of 150 million. That has me really bullish, because you know what? The bulk of the supply is in circulation, which means it's not like the devs can just dump all their tokens. It's not really going to hurt that much because most of the supply is already circulating. Plus, I don't think the devs are going to do that. They're docs. It's not going to rug on you. You can check it out. I'd recommend you do your own research on this one. But this could be massive. I'm telling you, this is what I think. If this reaches what? Few $1 billion. If it reaches the same market cap as, let's say, Chainlink, I think it's hitting like $60. I think, if I remember correctly from doing my my last calculations for this. So yeah, this one could be huge. This, in this bull market, if it reaches its potential, which I think it will, they're developing. Everything looks really good, really bullish right now. I'm telling you guys, this is dubious price prediction right here. I would not be surprised to see this one hit between $50 and $100. I'm telling you right now, because this one has the makings to be an absolute gem in this market. This one can absolutely rip. All right, guys. So the next coin we're going to be looking at, similar to Unibright, also part of the Baseline Protocol, also a supply chain token focusing on enterprise adoption with some major partnerships and a lower market cap with a lower token supply. Diamond in the rough here, guys, probably. Morpheus network. This one. Oh, this chart. All right, guys. I bought somewhere down here. I bought in like the 50 cent range, okay? So I bought somewhere in here back in December. Rode this all the way up here. Look at this peak. Look at this peak. 509. That's a 10x. That's a 10x right there from 50 cents. 509. Still holding. I rode it all the way down. Now everybody's going to tell me, you could have sold the top. I'm not a master trader. I'm a master holder. I'm telling you guys right now. I'm just looking for diamonds in the rough because I see the potential with this. That's why I hold through all this. You hold through all this. I know you could sell the top, accumulate more. That's what the smart person would do. Again, guys, I'm a young dude. I'm not a master trader. I'm just here doing my research, and I'm telling you guys, this one, to me, is legit. And I'm going to tell you why. Again, baseline protocol. But the partnerships, I would say just as good, if not better, than Unibright. Alright? Coca-Cola FEMSA. That's one. Sobeys Canada. That's another one. Alright, guys? Two major, massive retailers. The third one, huge. Sinasa. Argentina. It's like the FDA of Argentina. Alright? Managing food and drugs all across Argentina on the Morpheus network. Coca-Cola FEMSA, the largest Coca-Cola network, Mexico, South America, parts of China, huge. Sobeys, one of the largest retailers for grocery stores, all kinds of retail stores in Canada, huge, and more. Now, granted, some of these are rumored, but there are pieces of evidence out there that prove to be that these are active partnerships going on. And I don't think that they're public yet, probably because they're still testing the Morpheus network, seeing how it goes. Based on their performance with the Morpheus network, we'll probably see it go public here sooner rather than later. But this is just hype. This is all hype right here, guys. When that news comes out, when enterprises start using Morpheus network, when this becomes legit, and look at this, guys. Look at this pattern, okay? Look at that. I know, when you come down like this, you almost want to just go off like this. But look at this. It's starting to round off here, right? Look at this. We bring out our curve tool, go like that. Bring this down here. Look at that. Rounded bottoms, guys. Rounded bottoms. These dips are made for buying with solid tokens. I'm telling you. This one could rip. This one could rip. And let me show you. Let me show you this. We'll go to CoinGecko here. We'll type in Morpheus network. 352. 213, 352. Crazy. Alright. Look at this. 358. Market cap. $70 million market cap. With those partnerships, with those rumors. Insane. Max supply. Less than 48 million. Circulating supply. 36 million. So again, devs are holding a bit more tokens. But I've seen a lot worse. I've seen it to where the circulating supply will be at like 200 million and the max supply will be at like 5 billion. All right? So this I'm bullish on. I'm so bullish on this. This is one, guys, I think you should take a look at. Now, dubious price prediction for the entirety of the bull market, not the next few months, the entirety. If these partnerships turn out to be real, they're purchasing Morpheus network tokens, sky's the limit, guys. You know, I'm going to do the same as Unibright, $50 to $100. Just, you know, I think it's possible. This one could probably 2 or 3x Unibright. If things go it could go absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. You know, again, this is another token I think deserves to be in the top 50. You know, we'll just have to wait and see on it. But again, guys, I'm just coming at you. I'm telling you what I see. These are the fundamentals I'm seeing. You know, if you're looking to hold, if you have any tokens that you want me to review, I am most certainly interested. You know, I keep my eye on several tokens, but you know, let's all just stack some sats here. Let's make some money. You know, I say these bull markets that we get to experience every few years, you know, they're made for hodlers, dude. They're made for hodlers. Dudes and ladies. Sorry. But I honestly, it's going to be insane. I think the next few months are going to be insane. You know, what we see with Bitcoin dominance, what we see with Bitcoin doing, we see with some of my favorite altcoins, what they're doing. Again, Ethereum too. I didn't talk about Ethereum, but Ethereum, we'll be talking about that one next time for sure. Alright guys, so until next time, I hope you guys like the content. I hope it helps you guys out. If you like the content, drop a like, shoot the follow button, subscribe, and till next time.